Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals as they do battle with the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're out to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm Brandon Godden. He's Charles Davis. And Charles, just a little over 6 months ago that the Patriots beat the Rams in Super Bowl 53. Yes. That seems like a lifetime ago, but football is back, even if it's just the preseason.
And admit it, you had this circled on your calendar from the moment the Patriots won that Super Bowl game. You start looking at schedules saying, when's the first preseason game? Let's go.
I got to be honest, week one of the regular season is circled, but this is in pencil and it's underlined. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway from Arrowhead. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, in his third season now out of Texas Tech. And few players have had the spotlight focused on them quite like Patrick Mahomes. But this is a guy that says he wants that attention. He's okay with a target on his back. We saw how electric he can be in 2018, and he wants to continue that into 2019 and beyond.
Let's go.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain all those 40 yards here. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run it with Williams. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Yellow.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on.
Mahomes going to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and a yard, Dalton brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Tyrann Mathieu's instincts as a defensive back, I believe, are second to none. And that allows him to play all over the secondary. He can line up as an outside corner, inside in the slot, and that's difficult to do because you get so much traffic in there. And then, of course, they can also move him back as a safety. Anywhere you put him, though, you know he's going to end up around the football.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
And there's safety Jesse Bates, and when he came out of Wake Forest, many thought that he could become a starter in the NFL, but I'm not sure many thought he would start all 16 games his rookie season. Very rangy and really improved his tackling as the season went on.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, they complete it to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run on first down. Hyde, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the 44, Mahomes. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Going nowhere.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Mahomes now 8 of 8 throwing the football in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. This is Darwin Thompson, 6th-round pick from Utah State. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That ain't working. That Q-stuff ain't working.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He finds Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mahomes now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now high. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go, baby.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Last year's MVP, Patrick Mahomes, leading the Chiefs for their next possession. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They start the drive with Hyde, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsauer, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss only in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the pistol, they'll run with Hyde. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. 8, read. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Let's go.
The first throw for Henney, the veteran backup. Going to throw right side here, complete. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, that's a guy, Carlos Hyde, who split time last year in Cleveland and Jacksonville after 4 seasons in San Fran. He was just under 1,000 yards his last 2 seasons with the Niners, but never really got into a groove last season. And then the Chiefs signed him to a 1-year deal back on March 9th. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Hyde. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From midfield now on 2nd down. Henney, man open. That's Byron Pringle complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready. 90, Wolf. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
On 1st down, Hyde. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Henney. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Henney. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Set. 10-2 stop. You ain't got nothing. Now.
Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Good solid gain on first down. About what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd and 7. Henney toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On third down, Thompson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 43. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On first down, Bernard. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 3rd down. It's Anderson, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Let's go.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
8, read. Check. Shoot.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. is 3 of 6 throwing it, but that last completion gets a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Thompson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. Hey, we got
From the 40 now on second down. Henne. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 40. 40. Alert.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Everyone got 4. 4 down.
On the draw, here's Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Single slot. Here I come. I'm coming.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got this down to the 35. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Set, ready, 10 logo.
They can't hang with us.
On first down, Bernard. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Chiefs' 31-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch time. Tight end right. Even. 4 down. Even.
2nd and 5. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here we go, set, 50, plant.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from 7 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Bullock good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A drive that time of 6 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
We got this.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Henny going right side here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
That's the way.
Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bengals will get it at the 20. And out timeout now. Here come the Bengals. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Tyrann Mathieu knocks that one away. And when I'm evaluating guys in the game today, who has the best instincts, I'm not sure I put anyone ahead of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Put him up near the top?
I really do. The way that he plays, he almost doesn't have a position anymore. I don't care whether he's a safety, a corner, a nickel, a linebacker. He knows how to get around the football and make plays that affect the game.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one.
Ready? 90, Wolf. 87's me. 87's me. All that, baby. All that.
Now a carry for Bernard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
Hey. 4 down.
Defense.
Throwing on second and 8. Driscoll. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A draw play. Bernard. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This one of 3 games on this Saturday night to wrap up this first week of the 2019 preseason. Apart from our game, we've got the Rams and Raiders also at halftime in Oakland. And just underway in Santa Clara, it's the Cowboys and the 49ers. In our game, at the very least, you can't say it's not competitive. All tied up at halftime. And for the call of the second half, we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Bernard, and he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 11. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Fight.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Open man here, Neil Sterling, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 1st down, Hyde. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
18 Gator.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
On 2nd and 9, Henning is going to fire one deep over the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Hyde running right. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop the franchise.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
You don't want none.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt, and this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Hey, we got 4.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure, all day long prepping for the game, they had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape. So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
And now here comes Kansas City. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The outlaw.
Man left, man left. Everyone's got 4 down.
5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They run with Hyde. He's been a bell cow tonight. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Hyde. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Kenny now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
On the ground, this is Williams. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd and 7, Kenny. That's complete to Sterling. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run on first down. Hyde. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Kenny. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They start the drive with Anderson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 31, Driscoll looking deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down.
From the 22, Henny. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Gators. Here we go, here we go.
Carry number 20 here for Hyde. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Throwing on 2nd down, Henny. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
4 down. Check.
They'll begin here with Bernard. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 22, Driscoll. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
On third down, Bernard. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Ready?
Here's Bernard. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch out. Tight end right. Hey. 4 down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Driscoll. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
First down, Bengals.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 87's mine. Don't worry about that. You can't block me.
On 2nd and 11 now. Driscoll. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
4 down.
They're going to look to throw. He completes it to Tate. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check curls, check curls, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Williams. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Watch the run, watch the run.
On 1st down, Bernard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Driscoll to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 3rd down, Bernard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Let's go. 8, read.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Get it.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
60 or. Fire.
From the 45 on second down, Henny. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now back to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They come out here in the eye. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Ready up.
Mike, 50 seconds. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On 2nd and goal, Henny, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
On the screen, Bernard. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards, and the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. And now here comes Kansas City, and 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
That penalty is declined.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
60 Pittsburgh.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Ready, break.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Offense.
So that penalty will back them up half the distance to the goal line.
Ready, ready.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go.
Ready, ready.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Now Henning. He's got his man. That's Hardman. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's Hyde on the draw. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Now that was impressive by the defense. They just got hit for a big pass play, and instead of rushing out and getting back deep to cover, they played their techniques, saw the run develop, and ran to it and made the play.
Ready, ready. 70, Indy.
Come on, QB, come on.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give to Hyde out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play in that situation.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Henning. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Williams. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. On 2nd and 7, Henning. He's got it. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They come out here in the eye. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. 2nd down and goal. Henning. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Butker now to add the extra point. take a 7-point lead now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengals down by 7. And time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10.
The outlaw.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Single.
Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Delay of game, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
That penalty is declined.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Tie hands on the Ringo. Foot out. Check. Foot out.
He'll look to throw. He'll find his receiver. It's Cody Core. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.